Hi, I'm Jenni Noyes, and this is a love letter to your body. I'm going to take you through a yoga routine. You want to begin by standing feet hip distance apart, and we're going to take 5 breaths in and out through the nose to ground ourselves before we begin. This routine is a mixture of yoga, some Kundalini in here, some Pilates too, that I've picked up from various teachers over the years. So while in this first pose your feet are rooted in the earth, gently lifting up on the ankles, the thigh muscles, hips are above your feet facing forward, shoulders back and relaxed over the rib cage, and gently lifting at the top of the head. In a moment we're going to go into sun salutations with a breath in and out into each pose, and repeat the sequence 6 times. The movements are quite fast, so you may want to watch it through the first few times. So we begin by reaching up to the sky. Feet come together as you bend at the hips. Lift the head as you breathe in. Walk or jump your feet back as you breathe out into plank. Breathe in up into cobra, and then lifting the hips up into downward dog. We stay here for 5 breaths. In and out through the nose. Your feet and arms are hip distance apart. You may want to adjust your arms and legs as we all have different body shapes. Going deeply into your body and always finding what works for you. Taking a break whenever you feel any kind of discomfort. And we bend our knees, walk or jump the feet forward, bend at the hips. And as we curl up through the spine, the head comes up last. We reach for the sky, hands to heart, and then begin the sequence again. Feet together, bend down. Lift the head. Walk or jump the feet back, down into plank. Hips to the floor as you come up into cobra. Raising the hips up into downward dog for 5 breaths. Gently pressing with the finger pads, arms are straight, shoulders away from the ears. The head hangs off the tip of your spine. Your eyes open or closed, gaze up towards the navel. And we bend our knees. Walk or jump our feet forward, bend at the hips. And as we curl up through the spine, the head comes up last as we reach for the sky, hands to the heart, as we begin the sequence for the 3rd time, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in up into cobra, breathing out into downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Raising up through the tailbone and elongating the lower back. Feet and hands are facing forward. If you can, straighten your legs. And you're pushing the energy down through your heels. And we bend our knees here. Walk or jump the feet forwards, bending at the hips. And as we curl up through the spine, the head comes up last as we reach for the sky, hands to heart, and we begin the sequence for the 4th time. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bend down. Breathe in, lift head. Breathe out, jump the feet back into plank. Breathe in, up into cobra. Breathe out into downward facing dog. 5 breaths in and out through the nose, feeling into your body. And with each out breath, moving deeper into the pose. Shoulders away from the ears, head hanging off the tip of the spine, elongating through the lower back. And we bend our knees, walk the feet forward, bend at the hips, And as we curl up through the spine, the head comes up last. We reach for the sky, hands to heart, and begin the sequence for the 5th time. Feet are together, legs are straight. Walk or jump back as you breathe out into plank. And into downward facing dog. Breathing in and out through the nose. You're pushing your energy away from your hands, up through the arms, shoulders away from the ears. The energy goes up through your tailbone, down straight legs, down through your heels. And we bend at the knees to prepare. Walk or jump forward, bending at the hips, curling up through the spine. Hands come together down to the heart. Last time we breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, lift head. Breathe out, feet move back. Breathe in, hips to the floor, shoulders away from the ears as you look up. Breathe out, raise the hips. 5 breaths in and out. And we bend at the knees. Walk or jump the feet forward. Bend at the hips. Curling up through the spine, reaching up to the sky. Your hands come together down at your heart. Sun salutations are complete, so we allow our body to adjust to these changes with 5 breaths in and out in prayer. And in a moment we're going to stretch each side of the body, beginning first with the right side, with a breath in and out in each pose. So right arm comes up and you bend the right knee, right shoulder away from the ear. Left arm up, bend left knee, left shoulder away from the ear. Onto the right, feel that stretch as the energy goes down through your foot and up through your hand. And left side. Hands reach up and come together as we take a breath in and breathe out, bending to the right. Breathe in and breathe out even deeper into the pose. Breathe in and center. Breathing out and bending to the left. Breathe in, breathe out deeper into the pose. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out as you push your hips forward. Breathing in, bending at the hips as you breathe out, and 5 breaths in and out in this pose. If you can, legs are straight, shoulders hang down, and with each out breath, bending at the hips and moving your forehead towards your knees. And in a moment we're going to move into a series of standing poses, breathing in and out 5 times in each pose. We begin here with Warrior 1. Right leg back and straight, with the energy going down through your right heel. Left foot facing forward, left leg at a 90-degree angle. Hips face forward, shoulders away from the ears, reaching up through the fingertips, and with each out breath, moving deeper into the pose. Moving into a balancing pose on the left leg, making a T shape as we lift the right leg, bend forward, left leg straight with equal pressure on the heel, ball and toes. Hips facing towards the ground, with shoulders away from the ears. We stretch out through our right heel and out through our fingertips, pulling in on the belly button and activating the pelvic floor muscles. Into Warrior Two, with the left foot facing forward, right foot facing right. Left heel lines up with the middle of the inner sole of the right foot. Shoulders away from the ears. The arms reach out in line with the legs. Left leg at a 90-degree angle. Left knee above the left heel. Right leg straight. Equal pressure on toes, ball and heel. Keeping the legs apart, we move the left foot to face the same direction as the right. Clasp the hands behind the back, shoulders away from the ears. We breathe in and breathe out as we bend the hips forward. Legs are straight, and with each out breath, the shoulders move further away from the ears and the hands further away from the hips. Moving into a series of balancing poses now. Bending at the right knee, hold your right foot, hips face forward, both knees in alignment, left leg straight, breathing into that stretch down your right thigh. And swapping legs, we hold the left foot for 5 breaths, in and out. Coming now into a variation of the bow pose. Swapping feet, you take hold of your inner right foot, left hand reaches up and bending forward. 5 breaths in and out as you stretch up through your right leg and out through your left hand. Shoulders away from the ears. Changing feet. Take hold of the inner left foot, right arm up, find your center and bend forward. Both feet back on the ground now, and move the feet apart, face forward, straight legs, clasp shoulders, bend at the hips. 3 breaths in and out as you allow your head and arms to just hang. And in a moment we're going to reach our left arm over to our right ankle and right arm up to the sky. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, turn to face your right arm reaching up to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out, twist to the left, and turn to face the left fingertips reaching up. Into Warrior Two, facing the left side now, with the right foot facing forward, left foot facing left. Right heel lines up with the middle of the left foot. Right knee at a 90-degree angle above the right heel, lifting gently up on the ankles, the thigh muscles, and the back of the head. And into Warrior Two, facing the left side now, with the right foot facing forward. The energy goes down through the left heel and up out through the fingertips. Belly button is in, lifting up on the pelvic floor muscles, breathing in and out through the nose. And our final standing pose, balancing on the right foot, feeling that stretch as the energy goes out through your left heel and out through your fingertips. Shoulders down and away from the ears. And moving onto the floor, we begin with 5 breaths in and out in downward facing dog. So breathing in, and as you take a breath out, lift the right leg. Breathe in and breathe out, bend at the right knee. Breathe in and breathe out, swing the right knee to the floor in alignment with your hands. And as you breathe out, lay the spine down over the right thigh. Your left leg is straight back, toe pointed, belly button in. And just let your head rest on your hands as you breathe in to open that right hip. And coming up into downward dog for 5 breaths in and out. So breathe in and breathe out, lift the left leg this time. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend at the left knee. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, swing the left knee forward onto the floor. And laying the spine down over the left thigh. Right leg is active and straight back. Pulling up gently on the pelvic floor. In on the belly button, and the head just resting on the hands. As you open up that left hip, coming up now onto our elbows for 5 breaths in and out. And we come down into child's pose. Knees are apart, shoulders relax, forehead on the floor. Feel the lower back stretching as your head relaxes, arms relaxed. Curling up from the base of the spine, head coming up last. The knees come together. Shoulders down away from the ears. The spine is straight and the chin parallel to the floor. Hands just resting on your thighs. Breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to lift the pace now with some faster Kundalini breaths in and out. So we sit with legs apart, stretched out in front of us. And the arms will come up on the in-breath and down on the out-breath as we move our head to our knee and reach for the toes. So, breathing in, breathing out, in and out. On the in-breath, you can repeat the mantra Sat, and on the out-breath, Nam, which means truth is my name. And we bring the legs together now, bending forward at the hips, reaching for those toes. Legs are straight if you can, and breathing normally. And we sit up now, left foot to right thigh, turn to face the left arm, reaching to the sky as we pull down on the right elbow. And reach the left hand behind the back, pulling back on the left shoulder blade, swapping sides, right arm up, left elbow down. Breathing in. As you breathe out, your left hand goes behind the back, pulling down on the left elbow and back on the right shoulder. Sitting upright, hips rooted in the earth. We keep a straight spine in this pose, the left arm to the right knee. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, twist to the right from the base of the spine with the head moving last. And we repeat on the other side, breathing in. And as you breathe out, twist to the left, from the base of the spine upwards, head turning last. Moving into bridge pose now, so coming down onto your back. Feet hip distance apart, hands reaching towards the ankles. You can hold them if you can. We breathe in and out faster now as we lift the hips up and down. Breathing in as the hips come up and out as the hips come down. And we're doing this 20 times. And on the next in-breath, we're going to hold the pose, breathing out into it. Breathing in, lift the arms. Breathe out, feel the stretch in the spine as the energy goes through the fingertips and vertebrae onto the ground. And this is some Pilates now. By pulling in at the belly button and activating your pelvic floor as you reach upward. Breathing out as you come up and in as you come down. And we repeat this with straight legs up in the air. And on each out breath, really pushing that energy out of the abdomen as you activate your core muscles. And getting ready to a shoulder stand. Find your comfortable space with your hands supporting the hips. And we don't move the head in this pose. Lifting the legs up straight, we make a loose C shape with the body. And just a gentle point with the toes. Allowing all those fresh nutrients to come down. Moving into scissoring patterns with the legs. Legs are straight and active. Slower movements. Breathe in as the legs come together. Breathing out as the legs come apart. And on each out breath, activate the pelvic floor and pulling in at the belly button. We breathe in, we breathe out. In and out. And on the next in-breath, we're going to keep the legs together and breathe out into plow position. Hips up towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Legs as straight as the energy moves out through the heels. And if you can, toes to the floor. Bringing the spine to the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hips come down last as we move into a gentle hip rotation. Breathing in as the knees come together, out as the knees come apart. And on the out breath, activating the pelvic floor muscles. Changing direction. And moving into another twist. The right arm pulls the left knee to the right, looking over our left shoulder. Keeping that left shoulder in contact with the ground. And the right leg active and straight. Moving to the other side, left hand pulls right knee to our left, looking over that right shoulder. As you feel that lovely twist in the body. And you may want to pause the video now as you find something warm to put on as we move into our final resting position. But before we rest, one final pose, lifting at the chest, resting on the head and the elbows. This is fish pose. Breathing in and out into that chest. Really opening up the chest. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift the left leg. Breathing in, lift the right leg. Breathe out as you lower the leg. And fully surrender to the earth. Checking your alignment, that your spine is straight. Allowing your feet to naturally fall apart from one another. Bringing your awareness into your toes, to your ankles, to your knees, to your hips. And as you breathe out, just feeling yourself getting heavier and heavier. This is the most important part, where the body is allowed to receive and adjust with all the changes. Breathing into that belly as you breathe out, letting it soften. Softening and opening the chest, the shoulders, the hands relax, and the head is heavy. Chin relaxes, tongue relaxes. Become aware of the tip of your nose, your eyeballs sinking in their sockets. Feeling into your hairline, opening at the crown. And surrender. And just becoming aware of your breathing. And coming back to your body. Awareness of your feet and hands. Gently moving them, circulating them. And bringing your awareness back into the room. And in your own time. From my heart to yours, this has been a love letter from quarantine to your body.